or not? Is it about it or is it not? But as we celebrate all these amazing human beings, and I hope that's what we're doing, not me. I mean, my life is about helping them to become, helping them to be tested. That's my job, to test people and test myself. And I was so pleased that last night 3 young singers had their debut, and I didn't even know what they were going to do, but I trusted them. And something else happened. I have never managed to live in Scotland in my life. Not one day of my life have I wakened up to think I'm in Scotland. Never. I find it impossible. Or Britain, for that matter. I live in Europe. That's what I wake up to find. And if you take seriously this garden, you might even say you live in the whole world. Scotland is a part of that great thing, and it includes Iceland. And I may say it's through the language of art that you break down all these silly international frontiers, barriers, and you say, my job is, as a human being, to work with the world. It might include Scotland, but if you really want to put things into perspective and demand of yourself and everyone you meet the highest possible achievements, then you have to go beyond the limitations of your frontiers. I'm glad that Radu Varia is here, the world expert on Brancusi, we call him. And Brancusi, of course, has set the standard for everybody in thinking of modernism. It was born out of a village in the most beautiful part of Europe, Romania. And later, tomorrow, Radu will read a statement, which is why I, for example, linked the Black Sea with the Atlantic, the world of the Celts with the world of the Dacians, the Roman soldiers who linked the Black Sea with Cramond, with the world of the Antonine Wall. This is the world I live in. So don't talk to me about waving a flag for Scotland. I mean, for 3 months, no, is it only 3 weeks? I'm sorry. 3 weeks of the year, the Edinburgh Festival came here, and Scotland became something really serious. A world capital. So nothing makes me more depressed than the idea that we should judge everything by some kind of national identity. I always wanted Romania to be part of this part of the world. At one time it was, during the Roman Empire, and one of the greatest exhibitions ever was the Romanian exhibition, thanks to this extraordinary human being who is my Romanian brother. Don't, please get up. Now, the film will begin, and it set a standard so high in terms of theatre, music. You could feel the heartbeat of Europe. It's about a world that was destroyed, and Kantor was a victim, along with a whole generation of people, because the educational system which existed in the Austro-Hungarian Empire could not prepare people for what was to come. And the great Polish artists, Wyspiański, Witkiewicz, if these names are not familiar to you, it means that the British education system is pretty rubbishy. And so too is the American system. Because it was these geniuses who inspired Tadeusz Kantor, Rudolf Schulz, Gombrowicz, who ended up in Argentina. These great souls mean everything to me, because without them I am not working in an international arena. There's nothing more pathetic than to realize, if you go to America, that everybody's in America and they're trying to be artists. You think, you're never going to compete with Brancusi. You're never going to compete with Kantor. You're never going to compete with voice, if that's where you're supposed to be. And it was my job to help in every way I could to bring Poland at a time when no one wanted to speak to Poland. I was considered a lunatic. All my friends said, you cannot go to Poland, don't you realize it's 1968 and the Polish army has just invaded with the Russians, they've just invaded Budapest. Can you imagine how difficult it was? Having to say to people, I have to go to Poland. They are not the enemies of our whatever it is. They are in fact the people who are going to bring down the Berlin Wall through solidarity. So I just want you to know that this film gives you, it's a masterpiece in itself because it's Andrzej Wajda, one of the world's greatest film directors, but it gives you a glimpse of what happened to Edinburgh in 1976 when this was a reality. And I doubt if there's ever been, in the name of art, anything to, how can I say it, to top it. It says everything. It's about you, it's about your families, and all the Polish souls there. It's about the Poland, all you young people, it's about the Poland you inherited. Because you are the sons and daughters of the people who are defined in this extraordinary film. It's nothing to do with the contemporary art world. It wasn't born out of that. It was born out of the true spirit of modernism and avant-gardism. Kantor made a very specific difference between the false and the true artist, the false and the true avant-garde. And so you can spot this for yourself. And remember that if I have any reason to celebrate with friends, and thank God, yeah, I'm still here because I want to represent Kantor. I want to defend him. I don't want him to be forgotten. And the Kriko Theatre Company, absolute geniuses. And I'm talking about geniuses who are totally unknown in this country. Thank God I introduced them to Joseph Beuys in my own house. And that brought Poland and Germany together. Thank God Gabriela Gardazzo is here because she was the one human being who put all her strength and, how can I say, her reputation, which was built by her father, to help me. The Galleria Cavallino was founded in 1942, and it set the standard for me to follow for the rest of my life. It was opened in 1942. During the war, it was at its highest level of achievement when it was showing people like, Jasper Johns, not Jasper Johns, Pollock. And it was completely international. And it was about film, it was about literature, it was one of the top publishing houses. It was about, how can I say, the spirit of Dada, the spirit of Fluxus. It was everything that I had to learn double quick, because none of this existed in Scotland. Scotland was off the map. So, please look at this film, hold it dear to your hearts, and know that I will be showing this film and a number of other films during this year's festival, and with the help of my dear friends and Consul General, I can't thank you enough. We will make sure that this festival will have a true Polish dimension. Anyway, let Kantor speak to you, and I know that you're in for a treat.